Hello and welcome to another update video about Ethereum. So Ethereum makes a much better impression than Bitcoin at the moment. We at the moment believe that Ethereum moved up in a larger wave 1. This is an impulse what it did. At least you can understand it that way. And that we're now in a wave 2 correction. How exactly this wave 2 correction is playing out, there are a couple of possibilities. But overall, the trend for me is still down. Ideally, after we reach the wave B area, this is never guaranteed because wave Bs are very unpredictable. And I showed you in the previous videos an alternative count, and I want to show you that once more again, because the trend to the upside here is getting increasingly challenged due to latest movements also of Bitcoin. Yeah, I made a Bitcoin video earlier today, and also yesterday we talked about potentially one more dip for Bitcoin, not necessarily taking us into a bearish case, but just sort of making a lower low below 19.5k. That would also challenge again the imminent move to the upside here for Ethereum. So at the moment it's a bit blurry what's happening here really. There are two main scenarios that I want to show you in the short term here. Overall, the Ethereum chart though is one of the most bullish charts I think we have in crypto. If Ethereum makes a lower low eventually and goes below 880, then I think most of the other charts are going to do as well, because Ethereum really looks very strong. It basically deserves much more than Bitcoin to focus here on the bullish case. Bitcoin can still defend its bullish scenario as long as it is above 18.9k, but Ethereum really deserves it. And in this case, we made a wave 1, a 2, a 3, a 4, and a 5, and we're now coming down in a wave 2. And again, the subdivisions of wave 2, there are different possibilities. The primary one that I still have on the chart here is that we made a wave A, came back to the 50% fib retracement, and we are now in the wave B. That obviously consists of various subwaves. Ideally, we want to get in wave B into the region between 1770 and 1920, and we would then come down once more in a wave C. I've got that at the moment between 1130 and 1320. This is the area where I would buy also some more ETH, okay, before I expect a larger rally. Could it be that we're rallying through straight away? Yes, but I find it more likely, less likely. Could it be that we crash down and go below 880? Yes, but I find it less likely. It's all about probabilities in this market, okay? What else? I wanted to show you also, because I did for Bitcoin, just sort of quickly the higher level wave count, because a lot of people ask. And this is the higher level wave count where we expect that this was a wave 1, an impulse, moving up in May 21, a little bit later than Bitcoin. It peaked. It then came down in a wave A. It moved up in an overshooting wave B, and we're now in a wave C. Possibly that wave C was completed at 880. Yeah, and that would have completed then a larger wave 2 correction. So this is the wave 1, this is the wave 2 correction, and we'd actually be in a wave 3 now to the upside. Target for that next all-time high wave 3, at least $8,260, plus minus a few dollars depending on how low we really go and so on. But at the moment, this is what I would go with. No hopium here, because this can take years, to be honest, to play out. Nobody knows when this is going to happen. Yeah, nobody knows when. It can take half a year, it can take 2 years. I don't know. But for me, this is a target that long-term Ethereum will achieve. It is very realistic. 8,260, that's the minimum. Yeah, I could also very much see the $10,000 level in a new bull run. No problem, no problem, especially as it is such an important psychological level as well. So yeah, and then if we go back into the lower level wave count here, again, I would like to show you a couple of options. So first option is here then in this overall correction of the wave 2, that we came down in a wave A, highlighted here in blue. We bottomed out at 1420. We then moved up in a wave B. Within the wave B, you've got, again, subwaves. Yeah? So the wave B would end here between 1770 and 1920. But the wave B in itself has, as I said, subwaves. So we could say that the move here to the upside, the first impulse, that was actually a wave A. We then came down in a wave B, and we are now moving up in a wave C. That today looks less likely than it was yesterday, and I'll show you why. So the wave C in itself is a 5-wave move. So I told you yesterday it could very well be that this here was a wave 1, this was a wave 2, this is now the wave 3. should end sort of in the 1700 range. Okay, and in the wave 3, however, we had another wave 1 here, and the wave 2 should take us higher. So maybe it even pushes maybe it even pushes it above the 1700 range. First thing here, you see we got rejected 3 times at the 50-day moving average. Here, here, here. It's not great. Next thing is we fell out, broke down out of the ascending wedge that I showed you yesterday. It's not a great sign. Yeah. So that could suggest that the top was already in here. At the moment, I'm going with this one, 1, 2, 1, 2. As long as we're holding 15, what is it? It's actually here, 15.12, isn't it? 15.15, yeah. As long as we're holding this level, we can go with the 1, 2, 1, 2 count. Okay, and if we then push higher, we would move up in a wave 3. But this is not great confidence, anymore, or at least it is being challenged due to the breakout here. This is not good. So yeah, yesterday all these coins looked like they were breaking out, but you know, when the stock market opened, but sort of midday, they all got rejected. Ethereum still looks better than most other coins, but again, this isn't great. And therefore, I'd like to introduce you to, again, we talked about that before, but I'd like to show you once more the other count, which will become sort of, let's say, primary one if we drop below the 15 level, yeah, and we take out that wave 2. Then we just have to assume that we're in a different count. I showed you that count before. Don't show it in every video because it's at the moment only the alternative. This is the so-called WXY count. I haven't labeled the entire chart, but it means that from the high here at $2,020, we came down in a wave W. We're now in a wave X, and we would come down eventually in a wave Y. That would also take us eventually into this green area here. Okay, between basically 11.25 and 13.30. So no change. What does change though is that we might not reach that yellow wave, that yellow area here, unfortunately. No. So I want to let you know before it happens that we might not see this area. Why is that the case? It's the case because of the subdivisions here. So a WXY pattern means that each of these waves is a corrective wave. Each of the waves W, X, and Y has 3 subwaves, and we are now in the wave X, I believe, maybe already complete, and we take a look at that. We just want to label that together here quickly. So from the low here, at around 14.20 that was, we moved up in a wave A. That's the same story as in this scenario here, where we moved up in a wave A from 14.20 to the upside. We then came down, however, in a wave A, moved up in a B, C, D, and E. So this is a triangle pattern. Okay, we can see this as a triangle pattern. I'm going to label it for you now. We talked about that before, yeah. And this is something that is of relevance. So let me label that triangle. We talked, by the way, on the Bitcoin chart about a triangle as well. So this would be a wave A. We then moved up in a wave B, came down in a C. This was, let me see, I guess this was the, no, 3 waves. So this was the D. And then it could very well be that this was already the E, a very short wave E, which would have completed the wave B. And then this was already the C and completed the wave X. That could very well be that we have seen already the peak here. To be honest, I don't remember anymore what the 1658 level was for. Because we were rejected just here. If anybody remembers that, let me know. Maybe it was just the range, I don't know. We'll see. But there is a good chance that we got rejected here in this particular scenario, and we're already heading down impulsively now. this is possible. We talked about that scenario before. It's at the moment not the primary expectation, but below the previous swing low here at 15.15, it will become the primary expectation that the wave X is already in, and we're now heading down in the wave Y. Targets for the wave Y more specifically. Take the length of the wave W, go to the high of the wave X, the way it's now, yeah. The one target would then be the 61.8% retracement, that's 1284. So this is the first level I'd be looking out for. This can even be a scenario, yeah, that could take us lower to 1053, for example. So we need to be open to that at the moment. And the next subwaves will support that, yeah, and will tell us more about that. So for me, again, I always try to make you aware before things happen. I want to show this scenario to you because it is gaining in likelihood due to the fact that Ethereum broke out of the ascending wedge. To be honest, when I saw that ascending wedge yesterday, I started to doubt a little bit this scenario, but there's no evidence yet, because in this scenario, obviously, you're restricted by the wedge. Only if you break above the wedge, you will get into the wave B target range here between 1770 and 1920. Now we broke out of it. Seems like we might just be doing the retest. If that retest is successful and we're not getting back above 1560, which would take us back into the wedge, I think we might see a sell-off today, and that could really take us into lower levels, yeah, into the wave Y already. The wave Y itself also consists of A, B, and C. So basically here's something like that, A, B, C. And then based on the length of the wave A, we will also be able to calculate more accurately where the wave C might end, yeah, and the wave B. So this is something we're going to look out further in the near future. I will definitely let you know here. Something else to point out is obviously that the wave B itself consisted of three waves, the wave W, sorry, that we had here, a wave A, this was a B, this was a C as well, just sort of to highlight that, yeah, and then here the wave X and the wave Y eventually going lower. So yeah, it could very much be that unfortunately, due to the latest developments, also what Bitcoin is doing, ETH is not able to push into this higher area. Yeah. So you will remember that I entered here, I think at 2 prices, and I got stopped out. For now, I don't have a problem with that, the way Ethereum is developing at the moment. And if we indeed go lower, I will accumulate in this area, maybe already a little bit before that. Yeah. So this is how I would play this. And I haven't bought in since then, because this is a bit too insecure for me at the moment. There's a reason why I got stopped out. Yeah. Cost neutral, by the way, so it's not a problem. But yeah, it's a bit dodgy what's going on here. Okay, so that's my update about Ethereum. Sorry, it got a bit longer, but I want to cover all aspects. So hopefully you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.